Hey guys, my name is Trey. I'm a senior here at University of Houston. I'm majoring in learning and curriculum, and I'm going to be a teacher for 4th through 8th grade math. So I'm working on my certification and everything like that. Um, so my past experience with learning a new language has been kind of rough, but it's been something that I've been wanting to work on for a while and relearn some of it because of being a teacher. I know being bilingual is very helpful for both your students and yourself. So the last foreign language class I took was back in high school, my summer going into my sophomore year. And then the year before that, I took a year of Spanish as well. So the teacher that was in my Spanish class before the summer in my high school, she was really good. She was very elaborate. She talked in Spanish and English, and she was understanding with us learning a new language. So she was kind of speaking at it in her own pace, but then also slowing it down and then translating what she was saying. But I really liked how animated she was, and then she really liked to have us talk to each other in Spanish or in English as well so we can understand each other. We did lessons of a lot of audio and visuals. I remember with the technology, we just watched videos and then that was about it. We didn't do much with I guess like videos like this back and forth and stuff like that. It was more of in person, and I think that helped a lot of learning. And the teacher was more of just kind of shadowing and hovering and overhearing what we were doing. And if she heard something she liked, she would repeat it. Or if she overheard something that seemed kind of off, she would kneel down to our level and then talk to us about what we were saying and saying, "Is this what you meant? Or did you mean to say this?" So then she left a lot of leeway and flexibility for us to make mistakes and for us not to feel pointed out, which was really nice. So my experience with native speakers, with Spanish and primarily, has been more visual and hand gestures. That's how we would communicate back and forth. I used to work at a soccer shop, and in Missouri City, a majority of people we would get in would be either bilingual or Spanish, and we had a Spanish-speaking manager. So sometimes he would take over the sale and walk them through it. And when he wasn't there, we would have an associate help out as well with the Spanish speaking customers and everything, and the kids too, which was really nice. I remember doing, like I said, a lot of hand gestures that helped, using common, I guess, words in whatever format it is. So being in a soccer shop, if you mentioned Messi or Ibrahimovic, which is Swedish, but apparently he's known in the Spanish community as well, or Cristiano Ronaldo, it like sparks a light bulb in their head and they start a conversation. So that was really neat. There was no negativity or anything like that. I know there was some bumps of communicating back and forth, but eventually when we used hand gestures and visuals, it helped out a lot. So my teaching philosophy has always been more student driven, and having the teachers adjust to the students instead of the students adjusting their learning style to the teacher. And I feel like that's the same way with language. We all learn in a different way, so we're all going to learn a foreign language differently. And I think the best way with that is to find out what kind of learner you are. For me, I'm a multiple learner where I need to have a visual, I need to have an audio, and kinesthetic really helps me out. So having something to hold or work with my hands and see really helps. Seeing movies or pictures so I can relate back to them is really nice. I'm blanking on some examples just because it's been so long since I've taken a Spanish class. And me being a teacher in the future, I feel like I'm gonna implement those in my classroom where I'm going to have visuals. I'm going to have things for all kinds of learners, to where if they don't understand what's on the paper, I can draw it out for them, or I can also use models and then talk to them in that way, and not use like Google Translator or try to bring things like to them like that unless it's very proven that it's very helpful. But I feel like the best way to communicate with students and other people that don't speak the same language as you is visuals, using things around that can help you explain your point or help get the point across of what you're trying to teach them. And so using models, using visuals, using um, maybe even some common words that we share might help. But the main thing is to make sure that you're adjusting to the student and their learning style, not their language. But if they're a visual learner, then you're adjusting to having a visual setting for some of your class, or kinesthetic, auditory, and reading and writing. Sometimes just simply having it translated, the sheet of paper or the worksheet translated to their language, would help out a lot. And so that's my teaching philosophy, and that's what I believe will be the best thing for ELL learners.